DCA grants conditional approval to COVID-19 vaccines. Federal territories to standardize urban poverty data. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Carlos and welcome to Updates at Noon. Well, the Malaysian Drug Control Authority, DCA, yesterday has granted conditional approval to 3 COVID-19 vaccines for use to curb the spread of the COVID-19 infection in the country. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said the approval was given to AstraZeneca solution for injection, Coronavac suspension for injection, Sinovac, and Comirnaty concentrate for dispersion for injection.
Pada masa ini, MPRA juga masih menilai 2 lagi produk vaksin COVID-19 iaitu Gem Covid-Vax ataupun Sputnik 5 keluaran Gamaleya National Research Center for Epidemiology dan Microbiology Russia dan Coronavac Suspension for Injection Sinovac penghilang fill dan finish oleh Pharma Niaga Life Science Sdn Bhd. Kementerian Kesihatan akan sentiasa mempertingkatkan tahap kesihatan awam dalam memerangi wabak COVID-19 melalui perolehan bekalan vaksin yang telah dinilai daripada aspek kualiti, keselamatan dan keberkesanan oleh bahagian regulatory farmasi negara iaitu NPRA.
Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham also said it wants to ensure that the effectiveness and safety of the vaccines are always updated and the benefits over risk of the vaccines remain positive, adding that the government is highly committed in ensuring that the adult population achieved herd immunity. Well, the Health Ministry detected 7 new clusters yesterday, with 6 of them were workplace-related and 1 involving a high-risk group. Now, the new workplace-related clusters were in Taman Alam, Semasa 27 and Jalan Mawar in Selangor, Jalan DBP 6 and Jalan Cyber 1 in Johor and Persiaran Bayan Indah in Penang. Well, the high-risk group cluster was detected in Jalan Bukit Blossoms, Negeri Sembilan. Well, 3 new clusters were reported in Selangor, namely Taman Alam with 23 positive cases, Jalan Mawar 10 cases, or 10 cases rather, and Semasa 27 with 13 cases so far. In Johor, 2 clusters emerged known as Jalan DBP 6 and Jalan Cyber 1 with each clusters logged 36 and 9 cases as of yesterday. Meanwhile, in Pulau Pinang, 1 cluster identified as Persiaran Bayan Indah workplace cluster involving Barat Daya, Timur Laut, Seberang Perai Utara and Seberang Perai Tengah was detected where 25 individuals tested positive for the virus so far. Lastly, Jalan Bukit Blossoms cluster involving high-risk group was reported in Seremban where 18 out of 40 individuals screened so far were tested positive for COVID-19 virus. The latest development took the total number of clusters in the country to 1,152, of which 489 are active clusters. 6 clusters were declared ended yesterday, taking the total number of clusters ended to 663. Well, social events are now allowed to be held in areas placed under Conditional Movement Control Order, or CMCO, and Recovery Movement Control Order, RMCO. Well, Senior Minister for Security, Dato' Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, said the government now allows all types of social events, including official and unofficial events.
Dan majlis perkahwinan dan perkahwinan, pertunangan dan sebagainya yang dibenarkan kepada pasangan beragama Islam juga diperluaskan kepada pasangan beragama lain. Kehadiran ke premis di kawasan PKPB adalah 50% daripada keluasan premis, manakala di kawasan PKPP mengikut keluasan premis yang penting ada penjarakan sosial.
In another development, tourism activities in CMCO areas are allowed to resume their operation, but at the capacity of 50% based on the premise size. Dato Sri Ismail Sabri also announced that activities in creative industry sectors such as filming, shootings and live performances can be held without audience. Spell. Human activities cause fire in Johor. Well, the Federal Territories Ministry will use data from the Implementation and Coordination Unit between national agencies, Laksana, in dealing with incomplete data on urban poverty issues. Its Minister, Tan Sri Anwar Musa, said the data available is not standardized as there is data from other agencies such as the Federal Territories Islamic Religious Council or MAWIP, DBKL and Kasih. Tan Sri Anwar said the decision was reached during his recent meetings with Finance Minister Tengku Dato Sri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz.
Kita dah bersetuju untuk menggunakan database Laksana. Semua agensi lain akan beri maklumat kepada Laksana. Laksana akan buat data klinik untuk mendapat satu data induk. Ini sedang dilakukan sekarang. Jadi dengan menggunakan data induk itu, kita akan cross check siapa dapat apa.
The prolonged hot and dry weather as well as open burning activities by the public are believed to be among the cause of fire incidents in several areas in Johor since the last few days. In expressing his concern, Johor Fire and Rescue Department JBPM Director Dato Yahya Madis said most of the incidents were caused by open burning activities in farms and plantations after the cleaning process has been completed. He said the absence of rain at the hotspot areas also made the efforts to put out the fire become even harder. For example, firefighters only managed to put out 50% of fire at the 20-hectare farm and plantation in Parit Haji Zain and Parit Haji Lajis in Muar, which have occurred since last Saturday.
Jangan ambil mudah lah. Jangan ingat kita bakar sikit ni tak ada apa. Benda tu boleh merebak, boleh menyusahkan orang lain, menyebabkan jelebu, menyebabkan apa ni, membahayakan tempat-tempat lain.
Besides more, he said fire incidents were also reported at the 6.07 hectares farm and plantation in Pontian and another 2.4 hectares area in Batu Pahat, but the situation is under control. Dato Yahya said so far internal assets from Johor, assisted by other agencies such as the Public Works Department, Irrigation and Drainage Department, Forestry Department and Civil Defence Force are being used to put out the fire. He was met after an air survey yesterday afternoon. Dato Yahya also reminded the public to avoid any open burning activities and urge all quarters to play their role in ensuring no fire incidents occurred in their respective areas. He said now is not a suitable time to clean up farms using fire as small flames can turn into a major fire. Coming up in sports, TMJ expresses interest in buying Valencia. Well, Tengku Mahkota Johor, TMJ, Tunku Ismail Sultan Ibrahim, has expressed interest in purchasing Spanish club Valencia from Singapore businessman Peter Lim. Well, a 36-year-old posted a series of stories on Instagram that included screenshots of articles about Valencia and a page that places the club's value at 408 million euros, followed by a statement about why he is interested in purchasing the club. Owner of Malaysia Super League club JDTFC, TMJ said that money doesn't motivate him, but glory and creating history does. He said JDTFC, after becoming a dominating champion, winning 16 titles in 8 years, the club has become the biggest in Southeast Asia and one of the biggest in Asia. Lim, meanwhile, has not indicated he is interested in selling the club. He acquired the then debt-ridden Valencia in 2014, but has not been a popular figure, with the club having regularly been forced to sell their top players to reduce the club's high debts. There have been calls for Lim, who is rarely in Valencia, to move aside and sell the club. Well, since his takeover of Le Che in 2014, Lim has appointed 7 coaches. Le Che are 14th in the league, 5 points clear of the drop zone ahead of Friday's game against Villarreal. Well, that's it from us this afternoon. In our top story, DCA grants conditional approval to COVID-19 vaccines. News at 10 comes on this evening on My Freeview's Berita RTM news channel. I'm Mohammed Amin Carlos. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.